Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Here we are in episode 377, and we gotta watch out. Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out for the creepers. No, let's never sing again. That's a terrible thing indeed. Let's grab Wolfie and continue. Which way is west? There's my compass pointing back towards spawn is what the compass does. For those confused, it does not point towards north or anything like that. It points back to the original spawn point, and as long as we are walking away from that, that means we are walking west towards the Far Lands, making progress here. Like I said in episode 377, today... Ooh, skeleton residue. Yoink. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Pleasure doing business. Episode 377. Today is Friday, July 11th, 2014. Good gravy. I suppose doing a semi-daily series on YouTube is a good way of being able to be shocked and amazed at the fast passage of time. Careful, Wolfie, because it's Friday already. What the heck? How does anybody get anything done? It's Monday and then suddenly it's Friday. Good grief. But anyway, yeah, it's July 11th, Friday, episode 377 on 7-Eleven, and we have raised $6,465 for Child's Play charity this season over at farlandsorbust.com. Previous to this, we have raised over $275,000 total in the past seasons of Far Lands or Bust for Child's Play charity. Never want to forget that. Sure, this season's amount may seem a little bit... Well, that's a lot of money. $6,465. That's a heap load of money. But in comparison, might be kind of small compared to other charities or other totals we've had in the past. But keep in mind what we have done thus far and what we continue to do, and I continue to appreciate it. Continue to appreciate it indeed. And since it is Friday, oh, I did not make a boat, and nor do I have really any wood. Let's go collect the aforementioned wood, chop down some trees, chop a broccoli, and chop down some trees. And since it's Friday, there surely could be things to talk about. I really didn't look up anything in the news or my blogs or around the interwebs, and that's all right. Talked about a lot in the last episode. If you want any further expansion, talking about that Minorama thing, scam, the latest Mindcrack podcast, the guys talked about it there. Like I said, Good was really involved in getting the down low on the problems with that, and they discussed that in the last Mindcrack podcast. Also, what's his face? Beep Bop Vox? I don't know. Made a video about it and previous Minecraft convention scams, so you can find those across the YouTubes, but we're going to turn this into Fan Friday and answer. I got a literal bunch of bananas. And I also have a bunch of questions here from donors. When you donate to Child's Play charity at farlandsorbust.com, you can leave in the comments section a question. And I hopefully will get to that question in a future upcoming episode of Far Lands or Bust, and perhaps yours will be answered today, because we're going to do that from Rosachu. Like Pikachu, but Rosachu. Guys, a few questions. Have you been keeping up to date with Kerbal Space Program news? There will be 2 gas planets added. Also, Elu will become the next planet's moon. What? And Elo will become the next planet's moon. Words arranged in order, sometimes making sentences, sometimes not. But yeah, I've kind of been keeping track of Kerbal Space Program news. There's our blog posts and upcoming change logs. I believe it's 0.24 is the next major update, and the biggest thing that they're going to add is the contracts, and possibly the currency, but contracts with companies for specific missions or launches. They're also shuffling around the the science tree, the unlock tree, and the career mode. Like I said, the contracts, they're talking about a lot of these companies. They're coming up with company names and logos and things for different company contracts, which are very interesting. So yeah, I've been keeping up with that, and actually they are kind enough to have put me on the kind of experimentals access group, I suppose you could say, that I could theoretically be downloading these pre-release secret alphas and stuff like that to be playing, but I don't do that simply because I want to play the game as it's available to everybody, but also I can't. A lot of the times that stuff is under wraps and I can't publish or make videos on it, so I don't want to make a whole bunch of videos on a version of the game that I can't then make videos on. So yeah, I'm aware, and I am looking forward to getting back into that very soon. I will probably be replacing the current save since, as I mentioned, there are new parts and new objectives with the career mode, so I might just be completely starting anew. That's always something that's very, something to do in Kerbal Space Program, especially when you run out of steam with an old save, which I seem to have done. Also, speaking of Kerbal Space Program, I don't know how many of you, obviously if you're watching this video, I'm not entirely sure, but I still have the shows feature of YouTube. Far Lands or Bust, Kerbal Space Program, also Minecraft Castaway, Driver San Francisco, Mindcrack were all shows. These were kind of expanded playlists that were treated in the shows section, youtube.com/shows, and gained access to that kind of special access to be able to make my playlists, my series, into shows, which kind of gave them a little bit more relevant search results, and got a nice little perks with YouTube. But unfortunately, they've since removed that system for the most part, and kind of are now only developing that as some sort of professional network shows interface to be able to buy and rent shows, much like your Hulus or your Amazon Video situation. So losing out on that, and I've actually already deleted the Mindcrack show, the Castaway show, and the Driver San Francisco show. And I'm about to, probably, honestly, as this video is going up, I'll be deleting the Far Lands or Bust show. I haven't been adding episodes to the show, quote-unquote, for about the past year, since I learned that they're getting rid of the shows feature. And same thing with the Kerbal Space Program. That's why this question kind of brought it to mind. So there was, and there is, about like 6,000 people subscribed to the Kerbal Space Program show. Maybe about 2,000 or 3,000 subscribed to the Far Lands or Bust show. If those people are subscribed to the show but not my channel, KurtJMac channel, they wouldn't have been getting updates or any videos for the past year, since I've not been adding episodes to those shows. They're almost treated as if they're their own channels, which is kind of weird and probably kind of one of the reasons they failed. But if you think you may be one of those people who are subscribed to a show and not the source channel itself, make sure you subscribe. Just, if you're watching this video, make sure you're actually subscribed to my channel, KurtJMac. There's a little subscribe button beneath the video player if you're viewing on YouTube. And if it says you're already subscribed, then that's great. And if not, you can click the button if you're logged in. That'd be awesome to continue getting Far Lands or Bust, and also all my other videos in your YouTube sub box would be very kind. But I'm going to be deleting those shows. I was always very hesitant, because Far Lands or Bust, not that big a deal, because if you search for Far Lands or Bust, you're gonna get my channel anyway, because that's the main show, the main channel, the main videos going up here. But if you search Kerbal Space Program, it's kind of silly, and actually I'm starting to feel kind of bad about it, and this is one of the reasons I'm going to delete the show. The first result is actually my Kerbal Space Program show. The official Kerbal Space Program YouTube channel comes beneath that, and that's it was great for search engine optimization early on, and honestly, I think that's why a lot of people have found my Kerbal Space Program Let's Play, even if it might not be the greatest Kerbal Space Program Let's Play at all. You know, perhaps it was more a luck of search engine optimization and the ability to have made that a show versus the actual videos themselves. I'm very self-deprecating, if you can't tell already. So I'm going to be deleting that, so I'll be losing out on the search engine stuff, but hopefully then the official Kerbal Space Program channel will get up there in the search results. But those 6,000, those 3,000 people or so subscribed to the shows and not my channel will no longer be subscribed to anything. But by now we will have lost them. And look at the skeletons already spawning. Let's go to sleep, and we'll continue answering questions in the morning. And skeletonness. Yeah, wow. Look at these guys. All right, let's go for the sniper shot. Oh, too low. Sniper shot. Oh, that guy walked right into it. Ah. Oh, that's too high. I can't tell. It's out of range, man. All right. Well, enough of wasting arrows. Right. I feel like this is a tall. Yeah! Skills. Mad skills. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into Kerbal Space Program. It's really a good time, too, when they release a new update, and I'll just start over and try to make more of a consistent Let's Play out of that, since one of my goals now is to have more consistent, frequent videos. It is certainly a consistency in quantity game, this YouTube gaming channel thing is, and, you know, speaking of which, it's kind of hard to get all the series I want up now, so I'm actually taking a break from, even though I know I'm midway into Call of Duty United Offensive, I am going to wait until I'm done with the Lifeless Planet Let's Play before I bring back Call of Duty, just simply because I'm out of time slots to be publishing videos, and I don't want to be. I'm always afraid of spamming you guys, even though I know on the grand scheme of things I don't publish as many videos as many other channels out there. But regardless, let's answer some questions and stop just stalking. Oh God, I'm gonna drown. I'm stuck underneath the boat. All right, there we go. Another question from Rosatchu. Have you been able to play Watch Dogs yet? No, and not that I'm not able to, but simply that I choose not to. Looks like a pretty terrible video game. Has Doc stopped playing? I feel like Doc has stopped playing. I've no longer been seeing videos of his Watch Dogs. It's a terrible, terrible video game. Yet another one of those that, you know, another reason why you should never, ever, 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 ever pre-order a video game. Ever. No matter what. There's a lot of... I've been seeing a lot of hubbub on the news and the blogs about there's a new Aliens video game coming up. And there's a lot of warnings about don't pre-order that because the last Alien games was absolutely crap, and this one might be turning into that as well. So just don't pre-order games. You know, and you also got news about these GameStop is working on solidifying these deals with developers to create exclusive content specifically for GameStop only purchases and pre-orders and. Blah! Save your money. Wait for YouTubers or gaming journalists to play the games and let you know what they think. Oh God, I'm particularly somebody who, along with that, I rarely will see a movie unless I've read reviews about it first to kind of make sure I'm not wasting my money or time. That was not the case with Godzilla. Although I did see that the reviews were kind of iffy on Godzilla. I'm like, I'll just see it, whatever. A movie I recently saw that I probably wouldn't had I not heard good buzz about was Edge of Tomorrow. True, it's a Tom Cruise situation, but beyond that, it's a very good sci-fi movie. You know, it's got nice humor, it's got nice... action and a very interesting storyline, and you know, just a really all-around entertaining good movie. Not going to win any Oscars or anything, and certainly doesn't even deserve to. But you know, just a good entertaining summer movie. I feel like I'm using a lot of boats lately. Let's stock up. Woof, Wolfie agrees with the boat stockage. Hey, Don't push me! Stop pushing! Stop pushing! Stop pushing, Wolfie. Stop pushing. Good lord. So yeah, that's a movie I can recommend. Recommended movies. So I will not recommend Watch Dogs. I will not be playing Watch Dogs. Now more even so out of spite, because it should have been, and it could have been, the next Driver series game. The last Driver game was great. That's an underrated game. Driver San Francisco. I just kind of also mentioned it. Segue. And Watch Dogs, the engine was, you can admit, being built to make the next Driver game, but then they changed their minds and said they wanted to make this open-worldy GTA sort of hacky thingamabob, and now they're saying, oh, record sales and blah, blah, blah. You know, much like Tomb Raider ended up, ooh, look at how much they sold. So they've learned nothing from their crappy video game development. They've learned nothing. What games did you pick up on the Steam summer sale? Not that many. I kind of now only buy games that I'm thinking I will have a chance to play for videos. I'm not much of a Steam person. I'm not much, like I said, I don't pre-order. I don't, I don't do all this other stuff. You know, some people have tons of stuff on Steam. I have very limited hard drive space for my games installations, so while I might have, I don't know, maybe about 50-ish or so games on Steam, I can only really install about 10 at a time. So I do have to be very, very prudent with my game installations. But I bought, what did I buy? I bought, simply because every YouTuber in the world plays it, and just in case I ever am available to try it out, Gary's Mod and the Counter-Strike thing that goes along with that when that was on sale, pretty good. And I bought something else, but I can't remember what it was. Steam sale. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought Space Engineers. Not sure whether or not I'm going to play that or not. It was on sale, and I'm like, might as well have it in case, you know, somebody gets a group together and they want to play. I'll be like, yeah, I got that. Let's try it out. But yeah, don't look forward to, you know, that's one of those games where like, oh, Kurt, there's a video game and it takes place in outer space. You must play it. So I'm like, yeah, we'll see. It's an early access game. We'll see where exactly they're planning on taking that as far as gameplay is concerned, and then maybe that will pay off later on when the full game is released and it actually has some sort of purpose and point to it. And I think that was it. That was all the games I bought on the Steam sale. Yeah, I'm so exciting. It's enthralling. The last question from Rosachu. Have you got any KSP mission ideas? Nope. Nope, not at all. That's why I'm kind of waiting for this next update to happen, and I'm hoping these contracts, these private company contracts, kind of are a lot better at giving some sort of inspiration and forcing you to do certain missions. Because up until now, and even currently, there's no reason to do anything, really. You have to come up with your own missions or your own, oh, I want to see what it's like on Lathe, or, you know, I want to try, as I have in the past, I want to try to send out a bunch of robotic space probes to visit the moons of Jewel and then fail miserably at that mission as I did. So you kind of have to make up your own mission. So hopefully this is kind of a cool way to egg people on to get this into this orbit around this planet, or get to this altitude into Ginkgo biloba, geosynchronous orbit, or whatever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So thank you very much for those donations. And the question, Chaos with a K 983. Hey Kurt, I was wondering, how often do you get free time to just kick back and relax? Well, I don't know, my job is kind of comparable to free time, playing video games, but to kick back and relax, in the evening I will try to, I've been trying to like get away from the computer more in the evening instead of sitting here and being like, okay, let's process and upload videos and just spend more time on the computer. So in the evening I've been trying to kick back, and instead of being in front of the computer screen, being in front of the television screen, I try to catch like the Daily Show or you know, a Letterman every now and again if there's an interesting guest. or just watch reruns of The Office or Modern Family that are on at those times. You know, just to get away and do something. The weekends are okay to be able to do that, but honestly, the weekends lately have been consumed with trying to prepare. Try to get the ball rolling on wanting to move, as I've mentioned in the past. But that is a stubborn ball to roll, I tell you what. Stubborn balls. That's the name of my new rock album. Stubborn balls. Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, it's only really vacations or trips where I get a chance to relax, kick back. Like I mentioned, going to Oregon and stuff like that in recent times. Finding a place to just relax and gravel tree. Gravels are growing on trees, and trees are whoa. This tree has a growth. It's got a bulbous attachment. All right, let's make an elevated hidey hole here. Oh, did I just throw something on the ground? No. Okay, I'm seeing things. 1, 2, 1, 2. This might not be high enough, but we'll see. Oh, not a boat. I need a bed. A bed, not a boat. A boat, not a bed. Bed boat. Ooh, I like the way some of those cliffs in the distance are looking. Looking forward to seeing those in the morning. And cliffs in the futureness. Cherry P Gamer asks, really enjoying all of your racing series. Thank you. I'm slightly worried there's too many of them. Like, I have Far Lands or Bust, UHC, and Lifeless Planet. But then I also have Grid, which has become an everyday series. I've got Spin Tires, another racing game. I did an Assetto Corsa. We recently did a one-off in that, not a very good game, but what the heck was it called? Super Toy Cars. With some of the guys, and woo, neat. You know, stuff like that. So I kind of worry a bit that, you know, not that I mind. I like racing games. I tend to play games on this channel that I like to play, and that always, even before YouTube, I was always into racing games and would always be interested in picking up the next big racing game and stuff like that. But yeah, I might have to, you know, people will come to expect racing games from racing content from my channel, so just try not to oversaturate the market. But I think it's going good. But yeah, thanks. The question Cherry P Gamer asks is, I wonder how much of that sarcasm you express when driving in real life. Yeah, people tend to get very surprised at how angry I get at racing games. I'll still play them if they're interesting to me and challenging, but I do get quite frustrated and sweary and you know, ragey at games and sarcastic. Hopefully that's to some people endearing and perhaps a reason to keep watching. I hope I don't turn away too many people, but yeah, I don't really ever road rage. You know, if somebody cuts me off or is a jerk on the road, or they try to pass me right away and then I end up just driving next to them at the stoplight, I'm like, you're an idiot. Or my standard line is, well, if that's how you drive, you're going to die much earlier than me. Enjoy getting ripped out of your twisted metal carcass of a car with the jaws of life, sir or madam. So that's excuse me, that's kind of the way I think about it. And I mentioned this before, coming back from Portland, and just how much more calm and at ease the driving was there. Coming back to Chicago, what is wrong with my voice? I'm going through puberty. Whoa! I almost dropped my water. That would have been terrible. Hold on. It like slipped in my hands due to the condensation on the glass, and it almost went all over my keyboard. That would have been terrible. What was I saying? Oh yeah, coming back from Portland to Chicago, it might just be this is where I've learned and have driven all my life. There's a lot of rage and hatred and absolute just bloody murder style driving here in the Chicagoland area. And you know, maybe that's I try to resist that as much as possible. I used to kind of, you know, when you're younger, you're an idiot and you try to drive fast or be cool or whatever. So I kind of used to be that way, but I've certainly calmed down. Certainly having a very sluggish, slow car helps. But yeah, I don't know. I generally enjoy, and I normally drive on my own. And I'll tone things down if I have a passenger. But yeah, I can make jokes, and I'm pretty sarcastic about people's cars or the way they drive and stuff like that. But I don't commentate my real life driving, if that's what you're asking. That's pretty good. But yeah, there's that. Thank you for that question and donation. Let's see here. Well, I suppose this is a little bit appropriate, since I believe Germany is going to the World Cup finals, and I think it's more in relation to, this is an older question, in relation to how I mentioned in the past, I have German heritage in my family in the distant past. But this person, anonymous donor, asks, what do you know and think about Germany? Ooh, hello, that was weird. You doing right, Wolfie? Don't glitch into blocks. I think I almost did that. I don't know that much, to be honest. What little I know from Doc and his few, Doc M77 and his few vlogs and stuff like that. I don't know much about modern Germany. I know about historical Germany for pretty much the wrong reasons, I guess. But yeah, not terribly much. Like I said when I answered this question before, we really don't in our family. We're a few handfuls of generations separated from our German, immigrant heritage and any sorts of traditions or language or anything like that. So it's not really that big of a part of my life, I suppose I should say. And do you know any German traditions or words? Ach du lieber. My grandma always says that. It's like, oh my gosh, or Hell's Blazes. It's German for Hell's Blazes. Ach du lieber. That's about it. That's the main one. Schnitzel? Wiener Schnitzel? Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think yeah, I can't think of anything else. Blah blah blah. Where's that question? Traditions or words? Yeah, and otherwise, like I said, we don't really, there's no traditions we uphold or anything like that. Do you know products from Germany, like Volkswagen cars? I know Volkswagen cars are from Germany. German products. I don't know. Like, what does Germany make? You know, not that much. I mean, I know Italy is known for like clothes and certain like ties and that sort of stuff. I'm aware of Italy, and fabrics and stuff is like really the only thing I come across frequently about that, or you know, England and stuff. But I don't really see that much made in Germany stuff. I'm just trying to think, but yeah, no, I really, off the top of my head, I'm sorry. I don't know. This feels like a quiz. It feels like you know the answers to these, but you want me to try to answer them. So yeah, just not a huge influence or awareness or even inclusion of that sort of thing in my day-to-day life. So it really, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. But interesting and weird questions, anonymous donor. Let's see here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. What do we? What was that? There's an airplane in the room. Mr. Y asked, do you prefer any particular shape of moon? Full moon, if you know what I'm saying. Talk about butts. Slim or well-rounded? I think he's talking about the same thing. Mr. Y. Well, for astronomy's sake, the crescent and or partially illuminated moon is preferable to a full moon, because with a full moon, with direct sunlight on the moon, it looks very featureless. you have a crescent or a first or last quarter or you know, whatever moon. When you look at it through a telescope, you can see along the terminator of you know, where the sunlight meets the shadow, the pretty much the day-night border on the moon. You can see all of the depth of the craters and the mountains, and sometimes they'll cast shadows and you know, really interesting stuff like that that you can't tell when it's completely illuminated. A very cool thing is to catch a new, not, you know, just a moon that's just a sliver, you know, like a day past new moon. Those are very tough to see because they're very close to the sun and very close to sunset, but it is almost much like eclipse chasing or binary star splitting. It's kind of a sport in astronomy to try your best to find, perhaps photograph or observe a moon as near as possible to new as you possibly can. You just get the very faintest, lightest sliver of illumination, which is kind of cool, but that's also a little bit dangerous because, like I said, the moon's going to be probably like right there next to the sun. So you have to have a very clear horizon. Oh, hello, spooky noises. A very clear and open horizon. It helps to be on a mountaintop or something like that, and you should really be careful not to accidentally point your equipment towards the sun or your eyes towards the sun or anything like that. So yeah, that's kind of a sport, and seeing that sort of thing is really quite interesting indeed. Of course, you know, the only time you can get a lunar eclipse is during a full moon too, so there's kind of a trade-off there, and lunar eclipses are pretty cool. Lunar eclipsi, multitude of eclipses. Well, since Wolfie spawned right here, let's build the end of the episode hidey hole. Oh, there goes my shovel, my bucket. My shovel is gone. All right, let's dig in with our fists. Let's claw away at the terrain here. And call this an end of an episode, but I do appreciate the questions. Hopefully I got to yours. If I did not get to your question, that's all right. There are plenty that are still here, and I have yet to get to. You can look forward to them in a future episode of Far Lands or Bust, hopefully. And you can keep even adding to these questions if you donate to Child's Play charity at farlandsorbust.com, asking questions, leaving comments in those questions. Or, I'm sorry, leaving donations and then leaving a question in the comments of that donation is actually the sentence structure I was going for there. And I'll get to those. And in the meantime, you also help out getting toys, books, and games to kids in hospitals around the world. Also, simultaneously, almost forgot to mention that Zeldathon is happening right now. Our friend MC Gamer and Zeldathon crew have upped the production quality of Zeldathon, and they are helping out St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So check that out over the weekend. Great additional charity events from other YouTubers and Mindcrackers and friends. Oops, what I should have done was made a shovel. I should also make another pickaxe. Pickaxe! Oh, what am I doing? There we go. I don't want to make a hoe. There we go. Beep, bop. All right. So we're all set for next Monday. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you very much for watching. Please click that like button. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel, as I've said previously, and that would very much help me out and make me feel nice and warm and fuzzy inside. It will give me a full moon. Oh, God. I thought about what I was saying as it was trickling out of my mouth, and that was a terrible thing. Never mind. Edit that out. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.